Oh, and this is the 408. Look, this is the way I used to preach. And this is the way I now live. I have nothing. You know, I've been involved in distraction. And I want to return. How do I return? I launch. And my hand grabs a piece of scripture, or nowadays, my recordings. Now I spend a little time on one of them. You could almost say at random. I hope it's divinely led, but, you know, spirit led, but I clutch at straws, of course. Faith is that. And I read it to the congregation, or in this case, I listen to it myself. And suddenly I'm inspired. I've got something I want to say. And I stop reading because I must record this. I must get record of it. I don't want to lose it. It's another treasure from God, and it may bless people, and it's blessing me. And I've got the first idea, and I'm on to another recording. In this case, this one, in response to listening to 408. Yeah. And I'm blessed because the Spirit's now flowing through me. I'm not in that dream, you see, where it's all getting nowhere and I've nothing to say. And do you see that's the parallel, to life being empty? How do you shift back onto the track? Straight and narrow way, you know, how do you get back on the street, the road? How do you get moving again? How do you find your way? You choose that which you know blesses. If I'm preaching, I've got probably John 17 in front of me. I glance down, I see some words in red. I read that verse to the congregation. I haven't even read to the end of it yet. It's gonna get me in. And it always does. You see, you know where the fountain of life is. It's in those lovely people that have been good to you. It's in those lovely places that you've treasured. Might be nature, might be by the sea, in the woods, on the hills, in the garden. Goodness, it might be sunbathing. It could be just laying in bed, saying to yourself, I'm going to find 7 things that I value and want to thank you for, Lord, from this day that I've just had, or yesterday, since I've just woken up. And you're back on track in no time at all. Why? Because you've opened the door to communing with him again. You're relating. You are in community with your heavenly Dad as you reach out for all that you love and care for and treasure, and abide yourself in such. And if you're preaching or teaching, you do the same for the congregation. You see, you bring to them that which is a treasure to them. Scripture that's been part and parcel of helping them in the past. So you just read a bit of scripture. You see, you never have to prepare the sermon or the talk. All you have to do is go in there wanting to bless. And knowing how to open the door. my case, it's now something of my recordings, because they are the trace of my communion with you, Dad. In the past, in preaching, I've always used scripture, and I would still use scripture if I was in a public talk, unless I had the courage to use these recordings in some way. Love you, Dad. So love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.